Hello, angels and all. We're up to, I don't know what we're up to. Number must be 16 of 365 daily podcasts, making it. Several days ago, I mentioned in passing that all grievances are equal. And some people have messaged me and disagreed, which is fine because it depends on perception. However, when we look at the world from what we can do about it, we realize we don't have to fix the world. In fact, we can't fix the world. The world has always been insane. The world is insane. The world will always be insane. So our job is not to try and fix an insane world, an unfair world, a callous world, an unjust world, a whatever world. It has always been this way. The form, the frame, if you like, of the picture changes, but the picture itself, the content, doesn't change. There's always been cruelty, there's always been stupidity, there's always been abuse, there's always been bribery and whatever. It will never change. And we may, if you like, imagine we're going to this new world of love and connection and peace and whatever. That may well be in another world. This one is insane in every which way we can think. And so our job is not to try and fix it, because we can't. It's a waste of time. Our job is to find our own personal sanity within the bigger insanity. And so I've been giving lots of ideas how we can step out of that, not buying into autism and all those sort of things, finding peace in each moment. So when we realize that our job is not to fix anything, it then starts to become a little simpler and a little more manageable. And so the next thing that can help with the manageability, in a sense, is to realize that it doesn't matter what the problem is or what the issue is or the drama or the trauma, they are all the same size in terms of our resolving them. I won't say fixing them, because we can't change what's happened. We can pretend, but pretending just makes it worse. So whether it's, if we've been raped or burgled or our house burnt down or we've lost our business or some, what we would say, big thing, in terms of resolving it for ourselves, compared to a pimple or a neighbour being annoying or something, seems like it's different magnitudes. They're not. In terms of us resolving it, forgiving it. And forgiveness is not saying to somebody, what you did was wrong, but it's okay. I'm making it okay now. It's okay. We're not saying what was done was okay. We're saying what you did to me doesn't affect me anymore. I'm not controlled by your behavior, either past or present. I'm not controlled. When I see you, when I think about you, when I think about the event, I'm not upset. I'm just even. That's forgiveness. When we let ourselves off the hook for something that happened, when we release the buttons, if you like, that get pushed. So people, if we are fully have forgiven ourselves for every aspect of our life, which might be a pipe dream, but we aspire to that. If we have forgiven ourselves for everything that's happened, there are no buttons for people to push for us. Nothing can trigger us. And that's what forgiveness is about. That whatever happened, we release the hold that other people have on us. So when we blame other people, we're giving them control of our life. When we accuse them, when we want revenge, when we whatever, that's us giving them control. So forgiveness is bringing that control back to us. We take control of our lives. And whatever the issue was, whatever the trauma is, they're all the same size as far as forgiveness goes. So as I stayed with a friend 2 weeks ago and down country, and she was telling me she had done the landmark course, which I've also done. And in her course, people were explaining, exposing, if you like, their traumas. There's the rapes and the burglaries and the beatings and the business failures and their health issues and all of that. People were bringing those up for resolving, and they were resolving them, sometimes within minutes, sometimes half an hour, whatever. There was one lady who kept sort of interrupting and saying, I had this terrible thing that happened when I was a child, I think she was at primary school, this dreadful thing that happened. She wouldn't enunciate it. She wouldn't name it. But she kept bringing it up. Oh, this thing has just destroyed my life, and I haven't had any proper relationships. I think she was in her 40s, maybe 50s. So let's say 40 years. Whatever happened when she was a child, schoolgirl, has affected her right for 40 plus years. And so all other people were standing up, bearing their souls, allowing the forgiveness to settle in and letting go that whatever the world did to them, and becoming whole and complete within themselves. This woman would not name her issue until right at the end. She finally stood up and had the courage to name what happened. And so what happened was that she was a primary school child. So I'm saying 6 or 7, I think. She was in washing her hands or something, and this boy sneaked into the girls' bathroom and lifted her skirt and dropped it and ran off. That situation had controlled her life. It had, if you like, denied her good relationships, good jobs, good finances, good health. It would affect every aspect of her life. She had chosen not to let that go. I know it would have been upsetting, of course. But in the scale of things, people were letting rapes and beatings and family deaths and all of that go within half an hour, let's say, which she was determined to hang on to it for 40 years. And she allowed it to devastate her life until she named it. Once she named it, particularly once she named it publicly, the trauma that's in here, if we can get it out of our mouths, either write it down, which gets it out of our mind, or we can say it to someone else, which is possibly more powerful, because it takes more courage to tell someone else than to write it. But they are both helpful in getting it out of in here, because when it's in here, it just festers. And she finally let it go. And people realized in that moment, and maybe she did too, I don't know, but people realized that it doesn't matter the size of the problem or the size of the issue, whether we're trying to solve deforestation of the planet or to solve the wars of the planet, or a pimple somewhere on our body. We can't fix those. I can't make the pimple go. I can't make the rape that I had go. I can't make the financial devastation it didn't not happen, but I released myself from the issue, from the trauma. I stand here clean and clear without that tainting me, and nobody can push a button that make me go, oh, I hate policemen, or I hate men, or I hate women, or I hate whatever. There's something, we don't have buttons to push. And when we can get to a non-button state of mind, that nothing bothers us in a sense. I mean, we're concerned, we're serious about life, and we have fun, but nothing bothers us in that we're not triggered, and we're not turned dysfunctional. Oh, Joy, I just mentioned you. Looks like you're watching. So you have been mentioned in dispatches. And so when we can get to realize that no problem is any bigger than another, we can then see that the remedy can be almost, well, if we keep practicing forgiveness, if we keep trying it, and I did it for 11 years every day with the Course in Miracles, and it was, excuse me, but it was bloody hard work at times. It was really difficult. There were things that would happen, or things that happened in the past, and I'd chosen to forgive them. And it would take a lot of effort, and sometimes it would take a lot of time. But what I found was it was like learning to tie my laces or learning to drive a car. Very difficult at the start. It's very confusing, and but it took effort. But the more effort I put in, the easier it became. And now I just do up my shoes without thinking. I drive a car without, I don't even have to think. And so the same with forgiveness. The more we practice it, the easier it gets. And now I've got the sun suddenly turned up, and I thought I'd show you where I am before we go away. And so I just suggest to you, practice forgiveness. And there's many processes you can use. There are many, if you like, ceremonies or whatever. Whatever just feels right. Just be with the issue. Name it. Absolutely name it. Then you can tame it. And then you can let it go. If we don't name the issue, we pretend we're fine when we're not. We're stuck with it. When we admit to my father beat me 20 times a day, my mother did this, my teachers did this, the world did that. When we can name it, those things don't have happened. Stop have happened. There's an interesting syntax. The power that they have over our life right now releases itself. And we can become whole in this moment, untriggered, unhindered by that huge package that we carry on our backs. So it's really helpful to know we don't have to fix the world. We've only got us to fix, or us to resolve, release from the past. And it doesn't matter the size of the problem. The perspective is forgiveness sees them all the same. And when we practice it, and more we practice it, some things can happen and we can release it within seconds. It's amazing, so freeing. So I wish you the freedom of a buttonless life and the freedom that forgiveness brings. And I bless you in this moment, and I can't turn this off because something's come over the button. Now I can. I still bless you. Adieu.